This video will look at solving compound inequalities. We will also look at how to express our solution on a number line, and we will also include interval notation. So let's take a look. So this first compound inequality is asking me to find solutions that satisfy the inequality 2x plus 5 is less than or equal to -1, or they want me to find solutions that will satisfy the inequality x minus 4 is greater than -4. So I'm going to solve each inequality separately, and then we'll talk about how to bring our answers together using that key connector word. In this case, I'm going to highlight, it's the word or. So we'll come back and talk about what that word means once we do a little bit of solving here. So my first step is to subtract 5 on each side of my inequality, leaving me with 2x is less than or equal to -6. And I'm going to divide each side by 2, so x is less than or equal to -3. I'm going to put that on hold and tackle the second inequality. That will require me to add 4 to both sides. So I'm going to have x is greater than 0. And those are my two solutions, but it is worth noting that we have the word or. Remember, I highlighted that word or in the beginning. So when I go to my number line, let me include that here, I have a few different pieces. Let's see, so I need -3. Remember the blue inequality, and I'm going to put my kind of working line or working solutions. You know what? I'm going to just include kind of two working lines up here to help me map this out. So less than or equal to -3. So I can fill in or consider numbers equal to -3 or anything smaller than that. So that would be shaded to the left. And that would satisfy the first inequality. Or, let's see, so we need to include numbers that are greater than 0. So not counting 0, leave that open, but greater, I'm going to shade to the right. And then let's talk about, for my final answer, kind of how I'm going to put that together. So that word or means we want numbers that work in either the blue or the red. And I'm not going to be really particular. It could be either or. So basically any kind of shading will work. So in this case, for my final answer, I'm going to include these numbers. So I'm going to shade in here less than or equal to -3. So I did a filled in circle. And I'm also going to include numbers, not 0, I'm going to leave that open, but then anything greater than, so to the right of 0. And that is my final answer on a number line. They did ask for interval notation. So because I have two separate pieces on my number line, I'm going to need two separate intervals. So let me include a -infinity to -3. And I'm going to do a bracket around -3 because it's filled in. And I'm just going to use a U for union, math symbol for and. We're going to include 0 to +infinity. And I'm using parentheses on the 0 because it's an open circle, so we're not counting 0. So there is your first example for compound inequalities. We showed our answer on a number line visually and also with interval notation. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second example. I'm going to take the same approach where I'm going to solve each inequality separately, and then we'll bring our pieces together. But it is important, I'm going to highlight, we are going to connect our two answers with the word and that means something a little different than the first example, so we'll talk about that when we get there. But first, let's focus on solving that first inequality. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a +4 on both sides. Bring down the 2c is greater than, we're going to use -2. And let's go ahead and divide by that 2 to isolate c. So c is greater than -1. Now notice I am dividing by +2. So that means I did not need to switch the inequality sign. All right, moving on to our second inequality. Let's get started with a -1. Okay, bring down the 3c is less than or equal to, I think we're at 12, and divide each side by 3. So c is less than or equal to 4. Now, when I graph on my number line here, so I've got a couple critical values, the -1 and the 4, and I'm going to put in just two kind of working lines like I did that last time just to sketch out. I think that helps me see what's going on. So the first one, I am not going to include -1, so I'm going to leave that as an open circle, but I am going to graph anything greater than, so to the right. So that's that blue inequality that shows me all the numbers that will work for the first inequality. Let me grab my red pen. And on the second line, it tells me I need to show numbers that are less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to fill in at 4. We can count 4, but then less than, so those values are going to the left. And that shows me all the numbers that will work in the second inequality. Now here's the key, that word and. So when I look at my picture, I want numbers that work for blue and red at the same time. So I'm only going to count the numbers in between -1 and 4. I'm going to fill in 4 because it is filled in on red and blue, but I am going to leave the -1 open because it is open on the blue. Okay, and so my final answer here, we're going to include numbers between -1 and 4. That's where the red and the blue overlap. So for an interval, I will write that as a -1, comma 4. And I'm going to use the bracket around the 4 because it's filled in. Notice I went with a parenthesis around the -1 because it is not filled in. It's an open circle. So I like those first two examples because it spells out whether I'm using the and to connect my two solutions or if I'm going to use the word or to connect the two solutions. If you're following along in the notes, I want to zoom over to one last example here. Number 5, I think it's worth looking at. Now notice example 5 does not have the word or, doesn't have the word and listed in it. Okay, this is a special case. It does count as an and problem. And the reason being is that because our two inequalities, they're sharing that middle term. So we are going to, and if it helps, I'm going to separate. Let me pull out my highlighter here. So this is going to be my first inequality. We are going to solve what happens when -8 is less than 3k minus 5. Okay, and the second inequality we are going to solve, let me highlight here. We want to find when 3k minus 5 is less than 13. So it helps for me visually to look at these two inequalities separately. And now it looks a lot like that last example where I have two separate inequalities. I can start solving, and then I'll bring it together on a number line. Okay, so let's get to work. We're going to start by adding 5 onto both sides of my first inequality. So that would leave me with a -3 is less than 3k. And let's go ahead, divide each side by 3. Bring down the k, bring down your inequality sign, and -1. Notice I divided by a +3, so I didn't need to switch the inequality sign. So you can read that as -1 is less than k, or if you want to read it the other way, I would call that k is greater than -1. All right, don't forget about that second inequality in red. So let's go ahead and add 5 to both sides here. Bring down the 3k, less than, oh, this time 13 and 5, so we're at 18. Go ahead, divide each side by 3. So k is less than 6. All right, let's get our number line going. Critical values, it looks like we need to include the numbers -1 and +6. And I'll go ahead and include just 2 working lines for me to kind of map out my 2 answers. And then I'll bring it together on the final piece. So that first one for blue, remember we read that as -1 is less than k, or as I like to read it, k is greater than -1. So that's going to give me an open circle, and the greater than numbers I'm going to shade to the right. And now k is less than 6. That's also going to be an open circle, but shaded to the left. And the key word was and, joining these together. So when I look at my number line, I only want to include answers where I have both red and blue shading at the same time. So that ultimately is right in between the -1 and 6, leaving an open circle at both points. If I wanted to include interval notation, I would use -1 to 6 and include parentheses on both of those because they are open circles. So if you're following along in class, there are 2 other examples that the video hasn't covered yet. I'm going to encourage you to pause the video right now and try examples 3 and 4 on your own. Okay, go ahead, do that. Hit pause right now, give it a go, and we'll come back. We can check answers in just a moment, but pause that video. Okay, moment of truth. You ready for the answers? Okay. Take a look. How did you do? Couple sneaky things here to point out. There was a divide by a negative. Let me highlight at this point in number 3. So I had to switch the inequality sign. Okay, so that might be responsible if you had your inequalities going a different direction. I found that was kind of difficult in the first one for number 3. Number 4, it was an and problem. So I needed pink and green to happen at the same time. And look at my number line. There's nowhere that pink and green are happening at the same time, which is why I said no solution. Okay, thanks for watching. And again, if you're following along in class and you're still trying to troubleshoot, you're not really sure, this would be a great time to raise your hand, check in with Mrs. Miller, see if she can help provide a little more guidance if those tips didn't quite help you with 3 and 4. Thanks for watching.